Welcome. Today, we're diving into resource allocation strategies within the context of project scheduling, a cornerstone of effective project management. Resource allocation is all about distributing available resources such as people, equipment, and materials to project tasks in the most efficient way possible. This ensures that projects stay on track, deadlines are met, and budgets are respected. Throughout this video, we'll explore why resource allocation matters, common challenges, and proven strategies you can use to optimize your project schedules. Let's start by understanding the basics and setting the stage for deeper insights ahead. Resource allocation is critical because it directly impacts a project's success. When resources are allocated effectively, teams can avoid bottlenecks, minimize downtime, and ensure that each task receives the attention it needs. Poor allocation, on the other hand, often leads to missed deadlines, overworked staff, and budget overruns. By mastering resource allocation, project managers can balance workloads, improve productivity, and deliver better results. In the next scenes, we'll look at the key resources involved and how to identify them for your project. Project scheduling, resources typically fall into three categories: human resources, material resources, and equipment. Human resources include your project team members and their unique skills. Material resources refer to consumables like raw materials or office supplies. Equipment covers tools and machinery needed to complete tasks. Understanding these categories helps you plan more accurately and allocate resources where they're needed most. Next, we'll discuss how to assess resource availability before assigning them to tasks. Before you can allocate resources, it's essential to assess what's available. This means checking team members' schedules, inventory levels, and equipment usage. By understanding current commitments and constraints, you can avoid overallocating resources or creating conflicts. Tools like resource calendars and inventory management systems can help you get a clear picture of availability. With this information, you're ready to start matching resources to project tasks. Crucial step in resource allocation is breaking down your project into specific tasks. Each task should have a clear objective, timeline, and resource requirements. By defining tasks in detail, you can more accurately estimate the resources needed and identify potential overlaps or gaps. This clarity also helps in communicating expectations to your team and stakeholders. Next, we'll explore how to prioritize these tasks for efficient scheduling. Not all tasks are created equal. Some are critical to the project's progress, while others can be delayed if necessary. Prioritizing tasks helps you allocate resources to the most important activities first, ensuring that key milestones are met. Techniques like the critical path method, CPM, or MOSCOW prioritization can guide your decisions. By focusing on high-priority tasks, you can make the best use of limited resources and keep your project moving forward. Once tasks are prioritized, it's time to match the right resources to each one. Consider the skills, experience, and availability of your team members as well as the specific requirements of each task. Assign resources based on their strengths and ensure that workloads are balanced. This approach helps prevent burnout and maximizes productivity. In the next scene, we'll look at how to handle resource constraints and conflict. Resource constraints are common in project management. You might have limited staff, equipment, or materials. To address these challenges, consider strategies like resource leveling, which adjusts the project schedule to accommodate resource limits, or resource smoothing, which spreads out resource usage to avoid peaks and valleys. By proactively managing constraints, you can keep your project on track even when resources are tight. Resource leveling is a technique used to resolve overallocation by adjusting the project schedule. If a resource is assigned to multiple tasks at the same time, leveling delays some tasks so that the resource is not overburdened. This may extend the project timeline, but it ensures that resources are used efficiently and sustainably. Resource leveling is especially useful in projects with tight resource pools and helps maintain a steady workflow. Resource smoothing is another strategy for managing resource allocation. Unlike leveling, smoothing does not change the project's end date. Instead, it adjusts the allocation of resources within the existing schedule to avoid peaks in demand. This helps maintain a balanced workload and reduces the risk of burnout. Resource smoothing is ideal when deadlines are fixed, but you still want to optimize resource usage. Gantt charts are a popular tool for visualizing project schedules and resource allocation. They show tasks along a timeline, making it easy to see who is working on what and when. By using Gantt charts, project managers can quickly identify potential conflicts, track progress, and adjust allocations as needed. This visual approach enhances communication and keeps everyone aligned on project goals. Critical path method is a scheduling technique that identifies the longest sequence of dependent tasks in a project. By focusing on the critical path, you can allocate resources to tasks that directly impact the project's finish date. This ensures that delays are minimized and resources are used where they matter most. CPM is a powerful tool for managing complex projects with tight deadlines. Resource allocation matrix is a simple yet effective tool for mapping resources to project tasks. It provides a clear overview of who is responsible for what, helping to prevent overlaps and gaps. By regularly updating the matrix, you can quickly spot issues and make adjustments. This tool is especially useful for large projects with many moving parts. Balancing workloads is essential for maintaining team morale and productivity. Overloading team members can lead to burnout, while underutilizing them wastes valuable resources. Regularly review workloads and adjust assignments as needed to ensure everyone is contributing effectively. Open communication and flexibility are key to keeping your team engaged and motivated. Once resources are allocated, it's important to monitor their usage throughout the project. Track progress against the schedule, watch for signs of overallocation, and be ready to make adjustments. Regular check-ins and status updates help you stay informed and address issues before they escalate. Monitoring ensures that resources are used efficiently and that the project stays on course. Projects rarely go exactly as planned. Unexpected changes in scope, delays, or resource availability can require you to adjust allocations. Stay flexible and be prepared to reassign resources or reschedule tasks as needed. Effective communication with your team and stakeholders is crucial during these changes to minimize disruptions and keep everyone informed. Modern project management software offers powerful tools for resource allocation. Features like drag-and-drop scheduling, real-time updates, and automated alerts make it easier to manage resources and respond to changes. By leveraging technology, you can streamline your processes and improve overall project performance. Clear communication is vital for successful resource allocation. Share your resource plans with the team and stakeholders and make sure everyone understands their roles and responsibilities. Regular updates and open channels for feedback help prevent misunderstandings and keep the project running smoothly. Resource shortages can threaten project timelines and outcomes. When faced with shortages, consider options like outsourcing, hiring temporary staff, or reprioritizing tasks. It's also important to communicate transparently with stakeholders about potential impacts and solutions. Proactive problem solving helps minimize delays and keeps your project on track. Sometimes, you may find yourself with more resources than needed. Rather than letting them go to waste, look for ways to reassign surplus resources to other projects or tasks. This can help accelerate timelines, improve quality, or support team development. Efficient use of surplus resources adds value to your organization. Agile project management requires flexible resource allocation. Teams often work in short sprints with priorities shifting frequently. Allocate resources based on current sprint goals and be ready to adjust as the project evolves. Agile emphasizes collaboration and adaptability, making it essential to keep communication open and resource plans flexible. Traditional waterfall projects, resource allocation is typically planned upfront and remains stable throughout the project. This approach works well for projects with clear, unchanging requirements. However, it's important to monitor progress and be ready to make adjustments if unexpected issues arise. Consistent tracking ensures that resources are used effectively from start to finish. In managing multiple projects, resource allocation becomes even more complex. It's important to coordinate across projects to avoid conflicts and ensure that resources are used efficiently. Tools like portfolio management software can help you track resource usage and make informed decisions about where to allocate your team's time and effort. Stakeholders play a key role in resource allocation. Their input helps define project priorities and resource needs. Engage stakeholders early and keep them informed throughout the project. Their support can help you secure additional resources or make tough decisions when trade-offs are necessary. Risk management is closely tied to resource allocation. Identify potential risks that could impact resource availability, such as staff turnover or supply chain disruptions. Develop contingency plans to address these risks and ensure that your project can adapt quickly if challenges arise. Proactive risk management helps keep your project on track. Budgeting is a fundamental part of resource allocation. Estimate the costs associated with each resource and ensure that your allocations fit within the project's budget. Regularly review spending and adjust allocations as needed to avoid overruns. Effective budgeting helps you make the most of your available resources. Investing in training and development can expand your resource pool and improve project outcomes. By upskilling team members, you increase their versatility and ability to take on new tasks. This not only helps with current projects but also prepares your team for future challenges. Keep detailed records of your resource allocation decisions. Documentation helps you track changes, justify decisions, and learn from past projects. It also provides a reference for future planning and supports transparency with stakeholders. Resource allocation is not a one-time task. Regularly review your processes and look for ways to improve. Gather feedback from your team, analyze project outcomes, and implement lessons learned. Continuous improvement helps you refine your strategies and achieve better results over time. Let's look at a real-world example. A software development team faced tight deadlines and limited staff. By using resource leveling and regular progress reviews, they balanced workloads and delivered the project on time. This case highlights the importance of flexibility, communication, and proactive management in resource allocation. In another project, a construction company faced equipment shortages. By reprioritizing tasks and outsourcing some work, they kept the project moving forward. This example shows how creative problem-solving and adaptability are key to overcoming resource constraints. Even experienced project managers can fall into common traps such as overcommitting resources, failing to update plans, or ignoring team feedback. Being aware of these pitfalls helps you avoid them and keep your project on track. Regular reviews and open communication are your best defenses. Flexibility is essential in resource allocation. Projects rarely go exactly as planned, and being able to adapt quickly to changes is a valuable skill. Encourage your team to be open to new assignments and ready to shift priorities as needed. Flexibility helps you respond to challenges and seize new opportunities. Sometimes, internal resources aren't enough. Don't hesitate to bring in external help such as consultants, contractors, or vendors. External resources can provide specialized skills or additional capacity when needed. Just be sure to integrate them smoothly into your project and communicate expectations clearly. Quality should never be sacrificed for speed or cost savings. Allocate enough resources to ensure that tasks are completed to a high standard. Regular quality checks and feedback loops help maintain standards and deliver results that meet or exceed expectations. How you allocate resources can have a big impact on team morale. Fair and transparent allocation builds trust and motivation, while favoritism or poor planning can lead to frustration. Listen to your team's feedback and involve them in allocation decisions whenever possible. Remote teams present unique challenges for resource allocation. Use digital tools to track progress, communicate clearly, and ensure that everyone has what they need to succeed. Regular check-ins and virtual meetings help keep remote teams aligned and engaged. Allocating resources for innovation can drive project success. Set aside time and budget for creative problem-solving, experimentation, and process improvements. Encouraging innovation helps your team find better ways to achieve project goals and adapt to changing circumstances. After the project is complete, evaluate how well your resource allocation strategies worked. Did you meet deadlines and stay within budget? Were resources used efficiently? Gather feedback from your team and stakeholders to identify strengths and areas for improvement. This evaluation helps you refine your approach for future projects. Creating a culture that values effective resource allocation benefits your entire organization. Encourage collaboration, transparency, and continuous learning. Recognize and reward teams that excel in resource management. Over time, this culture leads to more successful projects and a stronger organization. Let's recap the key points. Resource allocation is essential for successful project scheduling. Assess availability, prioritize tasks, and match resources carefully. Use tools and techniques like Gantt charts, CPM, and resource leveling. Stay flexible, communicate openly, and continuously improve your processes. With these strategies, you'll be well equipped to manage resources effectively in any project. If you want to deepen your understanding of resource allocation, there are many resources available. Look for books, online courses, and professional certifications in project management. Joining professional networks and attending workshops can also provide valuable insights and practical tips. Popular tools for resource allocation include Microsoft Project, Asana, and Trello. These platforms offer features like task assignment, progress tracking, and reporting. Choose the tool that best fits your team's needs and project complexity to streamline your resource management. Resource allocation is both an art and a science. It requires careful planning, ongoing monitoring, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. By mastering these strategies, you'll set your projects up for success and build a reputation as an effective project manager. Thank you for joining us on this journey through resource allocation strategies in project scheduling. We hope you found these insights helpful and that you feel more confident in managing your project resources. Remember, effective resource allocation is key to project success. Good luck with your future projects.